Good morning and welcome to Mojo Designs. And today's Fabulous Friday, and I'm showing you the stuff that we're going to use today. It's all Papertrey Ink products. There's a Papertrey Ink blog hop that I am wanting to join. This will be my first time. So I'm creating a card for this blog hop. I have some lemon tart cardstock and some craft cardstock. I'm using the text background stamp and some antique linen. Here I'm showing you, I have I think it's a Stamp Abilities block, and I line my text up so it matches so that I know, um, where the Stamp Abilities is at the bottom, my text is at the bottom. So I'm just quickly going through and adding the text background stamp. I'm going to be showing you I use diaper wipes to clean up my stamps and to wipe up my table. So that's what I'm doing real quick. And I have on my couch is a stamp set that I really wanted to use, and this is the die that goes with it, the little chair. I use masking tape sometimes, like especially for this instance, to hold down my die because I want it in that specific spot on the card. Here I have my A plate and my cuddle bug, my B plate. Then I lay it down so the die edge is facing down. Then I put my C plate on. This way I do that just so I can see what I'm doing and make sure that my die, even though it's taped, is in the right spot. And because it's masking tape, it doesn't ruin my card front at all. And I also like using Tim Holtz tissue tape. That's another good tape to use. And the tissue tape will definitely not ruin. So here, this is how the card is going to look. I'm going to be adding some foam adhesive on the back. Then I'm going to be tracing the outline of the chair onto the lemon tart cardstock in the back so I can do some stamping. And I knew I wanted it up on dimensionals on this foam adhesive, so that's why I'm applying it first before I do my outline, because I know that it would have shifted just a little bit, and I want to make sure that I stamp directly in the correct spot. So now I'm going to be taking the chair from the On My Couch set, and it's the outline. I'm using some vintage photo ink and just stamping right over my outline there. Then I'm going to take my heat gun because I want to erase and just quickly heat set the ink. Now I can erase my lines without smearing it so that we can move on. Right, and that's what that's going to look like. Cleaning off my stamp. Now I'm going to take this geometric stamp and using some Summer Sunrise ink, I'm going to stamp it right there. I love this two-step stamping. Super easy. And then I'm going to be doing the little legs with some vintage photo. I just applied both of them to the large block, inked one up, and took the one off, inked the other, and then applied, put them both back on the block to clean it. This is a super, super simple card. And here's where the blog hop comes into play. On Nicole Hetty's blog, it said to use some, what is this? DMC Floss. So I'm showing you the numbers there if you're interested. It's a light, like aqua blue, an orange, and a gray. The gray reminds me of Smoky Shadow. The orange reminds me of Melon Berry, and the blue reminded me of, even though it's kind of looks a little different, reminded me of Aqua Mist. And here I'm just cutting more than enough, so it's probably like a little over a yard. What I'm going to be doing is wrapping this it's not twine, the DMC floss around just like that, and I'm doing 3 times and taping it in the back. And I'm just using some Scotch tape. I just thought this would be a really fun, different way to add some color and some interest to a clean and simple card. I'm really thinking of my teenage boy as I'm making this. And I left it sentiment free, which was really weird for me. But again, I want to be able to pull this card out for my oldest, who's 14, and apply whatever sentiment is needed at the time. And so here, just going round and round, I'm going to be doing the other side as well. And I did that side off camera. So here we are. Now I'm going to be adding some stitching with a white gel pen, just for a little bit of added interest. I could have distressed the edges too. That would have looked cool. And I loved how the DMC floss turned out. Taking the dimensionals off the back here so it can stick down. And then I'm looking at it, I decided to add some stitching around the outside of the chair just to finish it off. So super simple card, and this is for the Papertrey Ink blog hop that is happening today. This is my first time entering as well. And I kind of feel funny that there's no sentiment, but again, I'm going to be adding that when the time is needed. So thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you have a super fabulous Friday. Bye!